Hi guys, welcome to channel krishacareertalks, talks from Ireland. So already we finished 4 videos on Salesforce. So as you can see here, I have finished up to day 4, and today we'll be starting with the day 5 video. So in this video, what we are going to cover is, already we have created an object, an application, an object, and today we discuss about creating the fields on the object. So before I do that, just I log into this Salesforce with my login account, and hope you guys are following the same. So after we create the object, you as a recap, just see here that I have created as a real-time application. I have created one application for the university DCU, that which you can find from here with the 9 dots when you click. So here you can trace out our application, that you open it. So you type it here. So this is the one, like, this is the object. If you want, you can view all the applications and check your own app. So I think, yeah, this is the one which we have created. So when you have created the application, and also we have created corresponding objects, we have created the custom object, which is the DCU students. This is the object we created, right? So when we have created the object, so it's like you like in standard and custom, we can grab the standard objects here and we can add the custom objects as well. I think that you have seen in video 4. So when we created the object, and we like, as now I want to create the fields. So when you just open the record of any object, this is the student name I have already entered. So you can see like not that much details entered into this record, right? So it's only student name is written. But as per the requirements, if you want to have a more like more entry to be done to that record, so what we can do is we can go to that object. You can just duplicate this, and you can go to that object for which we want to create a field for. So here for this university application, I have created DCU students as an object. Fine. So just go to here. Go to, or else you can go from here. When you click on the setup, so here when you click on the setup, it will directly give launch you to object manager, wherein you have all the list of objects already created with the standard and a custom object. So custom is appended with __C and standard without any. So see, you can see a standard object. So just to find, as a quick find, you find DCU students. So this is the object. So you go to that object, and as I said, I want more fields and relationship. So relationship will talk in next video. So when you see here, just when you click on fields and relationships, you can see here that here it is only student name is already we have created, right? So now it's like we have a requirement that we want to create new one. And before that, generally, when as per the requirements, whenever in any university, it's like we students, when you create the records, obviously will have their roll number, their name, and their course. Probably it's whether he's from graduate or undergraduate program, and about the fee what he paid, and about the stream he took. These are all the different details we can enter. Okay, so when you create the object here, and when you try to click here new, so you can see here new, right? So when you say new custom field, so all the fields will be listed here. So you can see here Autonumber, formula field, and these are the relationships that we talk about later. And these are all the different fields based on your requirements. You can create it. So you can create the checkbox, you can create the currency, date, time, email, these all things, number, and all things. So think that I want to create one roll number for the respective student. It should be an auto number. Means what? It's like when you create any student, so automatically the number will be incremented. If that is the case and that you have the requirements, just you select this auto number and click on a next. Okay. And when you create any field, it definitely is going to ask you about the field label, what you want to. So just you type here student roll number and what will be the format. Okay, so if it is actually this is for DCU, just I want the format to be DCU something around 000. So it should start from like this. Okay, this is the display format I want it. And what is the starting number? Yeah, I want to start with a 1. And yeah, it is a roll number. And yes, definitely you write out the help text, why we have created this so and so field, and you click on the next. So when you click on the next, so must include sequence number, substitution variable. So what it means is we should just, the format we should just keep as a same like this. Okay, and click on next. So the one which it showed an example that we need to follow the same. And currently right now you just keep it visible for all profiles. So what is profile, what is role, these all will be coming in a security part. There you will know very much better. So meanwhile, right now just you keep it for all visible, for all the profiles. For me right now I'm system admin actually. So in every company, we have different profiles. That is, if you have a sales, we have a finance, we have finance, etc. So based on those, profiles will be assigned. So we have one layout is formed, which is automatically formed by the Salesforce. So just you click all this and say save, and whether you can save it or you can say save and new. When I say save and new, it will be going to again ask you option whether new field to create. When you just save it, it won't ask this option. So that's how an Autonumber student roll number is created. Okay, so when you have a checkbox, whether it's currency, you can keep it as a fees. Okay, this field you can create. About the date of admission, you can create the email. So it's totally number. Some number is something it accepts only the numbers, but you have one case wherein you should have a number as well as a alphanumeric characters. Then you better go for the text. See, when you say text, then it is like we'll be accepting alphanumeric and numeric characters. So like this, we can create each field here with respect to the student. So here you can give URL for the LinkedIn of a student, etc. And if you think that this is the one you want to create, and yeah, it's same as the procedure is the same. You create for what type of field you need. I think this is the I make it as a fee, how much fee he is going to pay, and what is the length. So probably we can keep it 6, something around like this, and you click on next and you make it visible to all and click on next and save and new. This is how we have created the fees field as well. So that you can see here that when you just open the object and think that new student has joined, so just I click on the new button. See, I want to create the new student, so I'll click on this new student. So here you can see this is the amount what you created, and this is the name, and this is the roll number. So when you say it's something like this, and somewhat fees, it should be, you can keep it as numeric form, and you say save. So when you save the student, so finally the student so-and-so is created here. So when you create the object, you can see all the fields here and the corresponding student record you want to open. You can see here the details. And yes, the one which we have created, the field, like the salary fee structure, fee as well as the Autonumber, those are not seen. So that means probably you can check in layout also, whether to drag those fields. So that way you can check out whether in layout those fields were there. So how you can check in the layout, which is already formed by Salesforce. So go to that corresponding object, go to Object Manager, and try to open that field. So try to open the object, and here we have a page layouts, right? You just, when you click on page layouts, so this is the default page layout created for us by the Salesforce. So when you see this layout, so when you see this layout, this is how it looks, the layout, right? So this is the roll number and this is the fee amount. And these are all already dragged here and put. And suppose if you don't want anything, you can modify as well here, right? So if you don't want fee amount, just you can drag here and keep it out. Or if you want it, so if it is, you want to drag it, you can drag and keep here. In this way, we can, whatever the fields you want, that you can create here. Okay, so you can create here the fields, anything changes needed, and any related list is something like that will come in relationships. So this is how it looks when you go on add few fields, and yeah, you can quick save. Immediately you can save it, or save is something like this, exiting with the current page. So similarly, like here you can see with the corresponding records, you can see here the fields. And sometimes if you don't have access also, see, you can see, in some cases, it's something like don't reflect. So probably we need to refresh, then you can see it. So this how you can see, right? Student roll number, fee amount. And what about the one which we have created here? We have created for this, right? So for this is the student I created, Sony, right? So this is the roll number, this is the Autonumber, it's already created for us, and this is the amount. By default, it is going to give dollars, right? So this how you can create different fields on an object. Similarly, if you have a requirement that, yes, I want to create the so-and-so field, but yeah, I want to have one Picklists sort of thing wherein just I want to differentiate that, yes, they are international student or something they are local students. So if you want to have in such a way, even you can create a format of new field, creating new field with a pick list here. So when you just go scroll down, you can see here pick list. When you say multi-select, that means you have the capability to select multiple items, list items. Okay, now we are creating a pick list. So when you create the pick list and you say next, what is the pick list is about? It's about pick list, probably student type, whether they are from international or they are the local students. Okay. So here we have a concept of global pick value set as well. So what do you mean by that? Means global pick list value set is means if I create here with enter values, so this will be local to this object only. But when I say global, so that means this pick list can be used by any other objects as well. So globally, this pick list will be used. But if you want locally to be used within the object, you can type here and you can say here international. And if you want, if you are a local student, or you can say local. So in that way, you can create one pick list. So just create the next and you say visible all and you try to save that field. Fine. So this how an pick list will be created. Similarly, see, you can see the student type, right? And also we have dependent pick list concept. So that you can see here, when you create the record, it's something like, it all totally depends on how the requirements are. When here we have just a local pick list, just now we have created it. And now if you want to have a something like, see here, student roll number is not given because already we have started creating these two records already we don't have, only from here it started that. So think that if it is other student who are entering, if he is a like local, okay, so we're entering the amount and what's the type? Yeah, he's from local, it's not international. So we are saving like this. Fine. So this how an record is created because he is a local student type, right? Similarly, if you want to create a pick list which is dependent for one another. So what do you mean by dependent pick list? Dependent pick list means if one pick list is interconnected, or if it is connected with the other pick list, then we can say it's as a like a dependent pick list. Like example, if you see here, I have given here international, right? In the student type, I have created one record, one pick list, which is international and local. So when I say international, so there is a requirement that when I say international, that means they should have 2 years of study. And if they are a local student, then they have option for 2 years study. It's something like that. Okay. So based on selection of the whether if he is an international, so he should get options till 1 to 3 years. Okay. If he is local student, he should get only 1 to. Okay, that is the dependency we have. So what we can do here, if this is student type, based on the student type, we want to create one pick list. Probably this is the number of years. Okay, so just you can create same pick list. So just you say next, and you say here number of years. Okay, if you take like this, so currently keep it as local. Think that you have 1, you have 2, you have 3, and you have 4 years. Okay. So you have 4 years course. So we have 4 years course. So we have created this. Next. So I made it visible. And I saved it. So that means here I have a 2 pick lists. One is the student type and it's a number of years. So I want to make it dependent 1 to for student type to number of years. If it is a student type is of international, I want to keep the number of years as 4. And if a student type is local, I want them to freeze their number of years of study to be 3. So how you can do that means when you select a record, so based on your years, like example, if you see here in this object, when you create a new record, if we are selecting the student type as international, so we should freeze see, this is the student type, right? Similarly, we have number of years also. Let's see whether probably it's not reflected here. Just refresh once and see. So you try to create a new record. The number of years, fine. So, and this is the student type. So when I say international, I want the number of years to be 4. Okay. And when I select local, the number of years to be only increased to 3. So that is the requirement. So that means these two are dependent to each other. So right now, even I click on local, you have option for 4-year study. And if you click on international, even then we have 4-year study. So that's why these are all individual pictures, but you want to make it dependent. So how you can do that? So that we can do with here, we can go to the corresponding object. Already we have 2 separate pick lists created. Now you want a dependent to be done. So which is dependent to 1? So click on to that pick list. So this is the main pick list, right? This is a pick list for which you want to have a dependencies. Okay. So here, when you just go down here, you have 2 options, right? One is international local. Here with a new, you can add here some extra. Okay. Other new item you can add from here also you can add. If you want to have 2 dependencies, you can create new. Because I want student type to be linked with the number of years. Okay. So what is the controlling field? I think student type. Okay. For this, I want to number of years to be dependent. For the student type, what is the dependent pick list is the number of years. So you click on continue and so you can see here, so it will show you what all things you needed. So when student type is international, I want to have a 4, okay. So you click on what all you needed. If you all already have it, it's fine. But if you want to, like what I want here, I want up to 3 only. So you click only 3 and you say include values. Okay, so and here all the 4, so you say include values. So you select whatever you want. And for local, I don't want 4 here. Okay, so that's why I'm skipping that, and only I'm putting 1, 2, 3, and I'm saving it. Right? Okay. So this is how you save it. So that means you have made it the dependent of student type with the number of years. So whenever you click on a new record, so we are telling that here with the in the UI, you can just add 1 record, just make it a 1 click once to get the affected with what we have added. So just have a refresh. And you say create new. Now I want to create 1 new record. Okay. So he is an international student. He is okay. So his student name and the amount he has paid is something like this. And yes, see, now I didn't select, that's why, because it is dependencies, nothing is selected here. Okay. When I say international, that means I should have an option of all the 4 years. when I select for local, so I should have only 3 years. So that's how we have created successfully the dependency of the packlist. So if this student is an international student, yes, he is of 4th year or he has joined in 1st year. In that way, you can add it and successfully you can save like this. So that means you have created one new record with of a type dependent picklist. Similarly, you can edit the same record here with a click on edit. Okay. And you can edit all the whatever the values you have, and you can successfully save for it. So this is how you create all the respective fields based on your requirement. So it's only now left with, now you can all try one by one together, multi-select, text area. Based on your requirements, you need to take the corresponding field. And if you say text encrypted, it's something like we use for the encrypted form. That is, if you want to have any password which will not be seen, then you can go for this, or you can enter time, URL, etc., etc. So these are things we have successfully created, and now only left with is formula and roll-up summary. So roll-up summary is already disabled here. That means this will come into picture only when that object has the corresponding relationship with it. So yeah, that when we cover on relationships, then we can like work on this. So now comes the formula field. So this is the one left. So what do you mean by a formula? Formula is something like, so it is, when you give the formula, it is going to add that formula. It will calculate the values for that, and we are going to get the total value for that. So that one we cover it in day 6, and also in day 6 will be just I'll be giving you an idea about the relationships. So that we'll see in next video. So overall, like what you have covered today is the requirements. Based on requirements, we have created so and so fields. We have we have added the Autonumber. We have created the Picklist. We have seen about the dependency of Picklist, and yeah, we are left with a formula field. So that we'll see in next class. So yeah, I think if you follow all these videos one by one, definitely you can master the Salesforce. And parallelly, if you have a time, you get the practical experience here, and you can successfully get the knowledge of theoretical in the trailhead. So this is how you can do it. So guys, please share, like, and subscribe so that many people can learn with free learning, so that not to have any mess of training fees and all, you can just have a learn on it. So please share, subscribe. Thank you.